First of all, I'd like to give all honors and praises to the Most High Lord God YaHaWaH, and to His only begotten Son, whom the world calls Jesus, YaHaWaH, and through the Holy Spirit, the Ruach Kodash, Rakah HaKodash, all in the Paleo Hebrew, Halalata, Barakata, Salalata, Kabawarata, La Ilaya, One YaHaWaH, Bahasham, Adonai YaHaWaH, Bahasham, Rakah Ruach HaKodash. Tawada, thanks to all the Zaquanium elders of GMS Great Millstone, a Hebrew Israelite camp that holds 100% truth. The only Hebrew Israelite camp that in which all they say is the truth, although you do have individuals and other camps that have part of the truth, but GMS has the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help them YaHaWaH. Tawada for their great rulership, and for coming back, the forefathers, prophets, pastors of old, coming back in the reincarnations to teach the hopeful elect, 144,000 males of the 12 tribe chart of the sons of YaHaWaH, the true sons of YaHaWaH, the so-called African Americans from the West Atlantis slave trade, the so-called Mexicans, Hispanic Latinos, and the so-called Native American, Aboriginal, original North-South Americans, and any original, pretty much tribe person in any of the world that happens to be part of the 12 tribe chart. Shalom and Tawada also, and Shalom to the Akim Brotherhood, who are themselves the hopeful elect, hopefully out on the highways, byways, internet, information superhighway, with this truth and sincerity. This is Sharath coming at you with the last, probably the last video of a small series that I had of YaHaWaH, a select seed, YaHaWaH, a scattered seed, and then finally this last slide will be YaHaWaH, a saved seed. My first two slides really quickly, whereas we are a select seed with the promises given via YaHaWaH to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob of us being a select seed, us being abundant, us being powerful, us being always, and us being forever and always in the future saved, even though right now we are in hell because of our own doing and because of the doing YaHaWaH. It's all His plan anyway, but we rebelled as He wanted us to rebel, as He made us rebel, but didn't want us to rebel. And here in the end times, we are all coming back together through the word of the Most High, Old and New Testament, in the Paleo Hebrew and the Koine Greek, through the word mouth of the great man Zaquanium of Great Millstone, through prayer and fasting and fear of the Most High, in truth and sincerity, once again to wake up the hopeful elect. Scattered seed, because like I said, we rebelled once again back in the day. As soon as we got out of real Egypt, literal Egypt, made a covenant compact with YaHaWaH, and then commenced to breaking every freaking rule that we could think of, because we're a bunch of niggers. But yet some of us, the prophets, the pastors of old, with the spirits of said prophets and the sealed elect from the beginning of mankind, will break through the barrier through the Ruach Kodash, YaHaWaH, opening the minds through the words, Old New Testament and Apocrypha, in the circumcising the heart, unsealing the mind, slash sealing the mind, slash sealing the heart through righteousness, so that we can all get gathered, the elect, in the future times, when the chariots with YaHaWaH, so-called UFOs, AOV, AVEs, or however they say them now, breaks through the clouds, destroys the white so-called man and the goddamn Ashkenazi rat Jew, and saves the sons of YaHaWaH, the hopefully elect, 144,000, and the remnant. But right now we are scattered, and thank YaHaWaH through the Ruach Kodash. The end time is nigh, and all prophecies are popping off, greater and more abundant, and pretty much the time is nigh to look up in the sky to have our redemption, salvation nigh. So last slide, YaHaWaH saved, Psalms 1648. Salakia, Psalms 1647. Save us, O YaHaWaH, or Allah Elohim, and gather us from among the heathen to give thanks unto thy holy name and to triumph in thy praise. Psalms 106:47. Save us is YaHaWaH. The word there is Tawashai YaShawai. So this is already saying YaHaWaH. Save us, YaHaWaH, O YaHaWaH, or Elohim, YaHaWaH. Gather us from among the heathen to give thanks unto thy holy name. So you got to know the name of YaHaWaH, and I went through it in my first slide, I believe, how it is YaHaWaH, He saves, and also plenty of slides and plenty of videos from the brothers on the breaking down of YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH, and their signification of their names. But you got to know the name, and you got to know it in Paleo Hebrew and pronounce it correctly through the default A that we have gotten from Abba Bivens, which is That's how our script is, Ba Ga Da. So just taking the YaHaWaH from YaHaWaH, and that's how you say it, YaHaWaH. Save us, O YaHaWaH, our Elohim, gather us from among the heathen to give thanks unto thy holy name and to triumph in thy praise. What did he say? What did Moses say to Egypt, or to Pharaoh in Egypt? He says, "Thus says YaHaWaH, let my people go so that they may worship me and sacrifice to me in the wilderness." So there it is. We have to get away from modern day Egypt spiritually, so that we can be ready for YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH to come break through the clouds and save us who are scattered and who are understanding that we are the sons of the Most High and that we do need to come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. And YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH, thus sealing the final end of the book, the prophecies in which all of Israel will be saved, starting with the hopefully like 144,000, the 1/3, and then in the millennial kingdom, all of Israel will be saved. So, as I said, Psalms 106:47, save equals YaHaWaH, that's his name, and the name is important. So, we need both YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH, and in itself, save us already is introducing YaHaWaH through the word Yashawai or Tashawai. In fact, let me see it right now. Ha-washayai nawah. Ha-washayai nawah. Ha-washanai is a affliction, it's a form of salvation of Yashai. Ha-wa Shayai, and Nawah is us, so it says save us right here. So automatically it's already having a hint of YaHaWaH's name within the verse itself. So pretty much my point for this slide is to be saved and to be gathered, one has to acknowledge and admit in your heart, and all this has to be done through YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH, through the Ruach Kodesh. So if you don't get it, then YaHaWaH doesn't like you, gives a shit about you, or created you, even if you're an Israelite, to not be saved in this go around, even though all of Israel will be saved, just the way YaHaWaH is doing it. Those of us who fancy ourselves elect or have higher believe we have higher faith, spiritual knowledge, and YaHaWaH shows us deeper things, we know it's all a video game and it's all a movie and we're just going through motions. It's real and it's in reality. It hurts and it's gonna be glorious salvation, but it's just a literal video game or a movie. Like we keep saying, it's a script. We're just playing out parts. In the end, we're all gonna laugh and talk shit and giggle. Us and Yashar Allah, everybody, even the 2/3, we're all gonna have a nice laugh and we're all gonna praise YaHaWaH because of what he did and how it came out exactly how he said it would come out. So again, most of us know that we're just playing a game, but the game still has to be played 100%. So at the end, those of us who acknowledge that we are true Hebrew Israelites and who try to come back to the YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH through those names in the Paleo Hebrew and try to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, we will be saved and gathered. Deuteronomy 3:3-6. So, and how do we get saved and gathered? Pretty much following the law, statutes, and commandments, like I just said. Acknowledge who you are as the Son of the Most High, and then follow YaHaWaH, which is following YaHaWaH and doing his commandments. Deuteronomy 33, that then Eliyahu YaHaWaH Alahayim will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all the nations, and whither Eliyahu YaHaWaH hath thy Alahayim hath scattered thee. If any of thine be driven out unto the most parts of heaven, from thence will Eliyahu YaHaWaH thy Alahayim gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Deuteronomy 35. And Eliyahu YaHaWaH thy Alahayim will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possess, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. We are our fathers, pretty much coming back in the reincarnation, so we will be glorious and abundant through YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH, Ruach Kodesh, and his blessings through the blood of YaHaWaH above our fathers, the way we were back in the day, because we went through the whole movie now and we understood it and we believed YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH, and that he was in control and that he exists and that everything that was going to happen did happen because YaHaWaH, YaHaWaH said it was going to happen. And I'll go ahead and throw in a 3-6. Oh yeah, ending at 36. And YaHaWaH thy Alahayim Ba'ashem YaHaWaH will circumcise thy heart, and the heart of thy seed, which is all of Israel, will be saved. Even 2/3 niggas, like I said, I'm understanding more and more, even with hate in my heart for those 2/3 faggots, as much hate as I have for Esau and the Jew, I also hate 2/3 nigger Israelites, but in the end they will all be saved, and some of them will be our sons. To love YaHaWaH thy heart with all thy YaHaWaH thy Elohim B'Hashem YaHaWaH with all thy heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. One more time, I'm going to repeat the verses I just said, and pretty much they're really self-explanatory. These break down themselves, so I'm just going to repeat them again. Deuteronomy 33, that then YaHaWaH the Elohim B'Hashem YaHaWaH will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations, whither when YaHaWaH the Elohim B'Hashem YaHaWaH has scattered thee. This does not, in this for sure, I'm going to put another point to these verses, does not mean anyone else other than Israel. Salvation is only for Israel, and motherfuck everybody else. Heathens, Edomites, Moabites, I don't give a fuck who you is. Ishmaelites, I don't care if you're your own cousins, Elamites, you all suck a dick. If any of salvation is only for Israel, if any of thine be driven out unto the utmost parts of heaven, of the earth, from thence will YaHaWaH Elohim B'Hashem Adonai YaHaWaH gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee. Once again, only Yasher Allah, only Jake, the son of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And YaHaWaH the Elohim Adonai YaHaWaH will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possess. Yasher Allah, meaning Israel is salvation is only for Israel, and the land of Israel is only for Israel. And thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good, YaHaWaH, and multiply thee above thy fathers. Because we paid attention, admitted we were the sons of the Most High, and a bunch of failures of the sons of the Most High, and are groveling back to the law, statutes, and commandments with the grace, mercy, and blood of YaHaWaH YaHaWaH. And YaHaWaH thy Elohim Adonai YaHaWaH will circumcise thy heart, and the heart of thy seeds, all of Israel, will be saved. To love YaHaWaH thy Elohim with all thy heart. Circumcise thy heart with what? Law, statutes, and commandments. Meaning that the law, statutes, and commandments were never done away with, and that they're important. They're one of the staples, along with YaHaWaH's blood, that makes salvation or existence possible through YaHaWaH and the Ruach Kodesh. To only Yasher Allah. So salvation is only for Israel, and law, statutes, and commandments are a thing, and they need to be followed. So fuck Christianity. And with all thy soul that thou mayest live. And brothers and sisters, pretty much wrapping it up. We are a select, scattered, saved seed, Yasher Allah. He is the prince with power, with strength, with will. He is the prince of the with the power, Allah. YaHaWaH YaHaWaH B'Hashem Rakah HaKodash. We're a saved, gathered seed, because through mercy, YaHaWaH's blood, and the Ruach Kodesh, the hopeful elect will get elected and save others, the remnant, and we will start our new millennium kingdom in righteousness. And pretty much leaving off with a couple of verses of Isaiah to reiterate that YaHaWaH is coming back, YaHaWaH exists, we are sons of Yasher Allah, the so-called African Americans, Mexicans, Hispanics, Native Americans, originals of all lands. Isaiah 11:11, and it shall come to pass that in that day that Adonai YaHaWaH shall set his hand again the second time. And his hand right here means power, Yad, which is also Allah, which is also YaHaWaH, the second time, second coming, to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be led from Assyria, America, Egypt, America, Pathros, America, Cush, Africa, and from Elam, all the other four corners of the earth, and from Shinar, which is an ancient name for Babylon, which is literally America. All of these are spiritual America. And from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea, Ladi-Dadi, everywhere YaHaWaH will send his hand, which is YaHaWaH, the second time. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and all shall assemble the outcasts of Israel. Not the outcast of anybody else, but of Israel. So once again, fuck everyone else, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth. Bam! And in Isaiah 10:20, and it shall come to pass that in that day that the remnant of Israel and such that are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote him, Egyptian, Babylonians, Americans, but shall stay upon YaHaWaH Adonai YaHaWaH, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, unto the mighty Allah Elohim, YaHaWaH YaHaWaH Adonai B'Hashem Rakah HaKodash. So until then, Shalom, scattered elect, select seed.